fucking computer machine has been fucking me up the ass here. So good. Everything seems to be working now.
This is Duncan from Rock and Roll Reviews, and I am overjoyed and honoured to be joined by Oderus Urungus from Gwar. How are you doing today, sir?
Oh, wonderful. Just another wonderful sunny day here in Antarctica as we get ready to return to your world and sodomize your animals, promote our great new album, Battle Maximus, and do all those things that Gwar will do to you oh so well.
That's fantastic. I've had a chance to check out Battle Maximus, and I must say it's one heavy motherfucker of an album.
Well, that's great. I mean, considering how many fucking heavy metals, how many heavy albums there are out nowadays, it's difficult for human bands to rise above the mix, as it were. But being Gwar, we never had any doubt in our own matchless power, and therefore we went about creating the greatest possible album that we could in the wake of us losing the mighty Flatus Maximus. And I believe we have created a heavy metal opus that he truly would be proud of.
Yes, this is the first album to feature Pustulus Maximus on guitar. How was that like introducing a new guitarist into Gwar?
Well, they pretty much worked it out for themselves. Every one of the Maximus family is a great guitar player, and they all fought for months outside of the castle in the great Battle Maximus for the right to fill the void that had been left by the mighty Flatus. And, Pustulus at first, he was happy to come in and do tracks on the record, but he wasn't so happy after he was done when he realized that I had vandalized his spaceship and ruined his chances of ever getting off this planet. So he's pretty much stuck with us now. He's not very happy about it, but I find that lends a certain energy to his performance. So we're happy to have Pustulus, and he's done a great job on the new record, and we're looking forward to this new tour.
Musically, like I say, it's a lot thrashier. I mean, was that something that was kind of preconceived before you went into the studio, or was this something organically that came out? Obviously, the album is paying respects to your fallen comrade, Flatus Maximus, but was it more an organic thing that when the band were rehearsing, things just went naturally heavier, or was it like part of a strategy that you had before entering the studio?
It wasn't a strategy at all. It was just the way that Pustulus and us reacted together. We got in there, we started writing songs, and they just started turning out that way. I believe one of the first songs for the album was Madness at the Core of Time, and it just really struck such a chord with us. I mean, it really hit us hard. We're like, whoa, this is like best song we've fucking written in years. And everything just kind of flew into place after that. So I'd have to say that it was a very natural progression, the way that the new album came about. We didn't have any preconceived notion of how we wanted it to sound. We knew it could sound any way, It was just like with Flatus, we've been trying all kinds of different styles of music, all kinds of different styles of metal. And we were gradually getting, I think, even a little more technical as we went on. For God's sakes, the last record we tuned down and we were playing 8-string guitars. Well, I wasn't, of course. I can't play guitar. I'm sure if I wanted to, I could, but I can't. But anyway, so yeah, we didn't really have we just decided to let Pustulus come on in there and rally around his abilities. And as a result, yes, a lot of people seem to think that we have a thrashier, more ferocious, though nonetheless just as metal as ever, Gwar record. Kind of a throwback to what we've done in the past, but also with the technical skills and the studio skills that we've learned over the many years of being a heavy metal band. So hopefully it's the best of both worlds.
It certainly is. It's like I say, fantastic record. Are you out on tour just now, or do you have something planned very soon?
We're starting the U.S. segment of the tour here in just about a week, and then we will be going on the big Soundwave Festival down in Australia, and then hopefully we will be returning to the UK and Europe in general though we haven't seen that for sure yet.
That's fantastic. I was privileged to see you guys play with Clutch in 2011, and that was my first experience live of Gwar, and I can say that I have never seen anything before, or I am unlikely to see anything like that in the future unless I catch you guys again on tour.
Yeah, definitely. It is a one-of-a-kind show. It is the most savagely supreme act of sonic supremacy and slaughter that's upon this planet. The penultimate statement of shock rock, and it's been our pleasure and our honor and our destiny to bring this to you now for almost 30 years. So it seems like we turn up in Europe about once every 2 or 3 years, and it would seem like the time is coming around soon. Battle Maximus is out in Europe on Metal Blade Records, so we're back together with Metal Blade over there, and we're hoping for big things, because, you know, Gwar, unlike most bands, we can just try and try and try over and over again until we get it right.
Well, I think you guys have certainly struck gold on this album, but this one seems to be far more focused in delivering, like you said, that sonic aggression, which I'm sure fans of Gwar have been waiting for this new album. Now, I read somewhere, I don't know if you can confirm this or not, I read somewhere, and I've also noticed that one of the tracks is called Mr. Perfect. That wouldn't be anything to do with the wrestler Mr. Perfect.
No, Mr. Perfect, the wrestler, stole his name from Mr. Perfect, the superpowered being from the future, or back, I don't know. I mean, there's a certain amount of plagiarism going on here, obviously. There's no way some cheesy wrestler from the 80s can deal with what is basically the ultimate expression of human perfection, or at least in his mind, that's what he is. Mr. Perfect will be getting his ass kicked nightly on the upcoming Gwar tour, so we'll get a chance to hear from him himself why he chose such a fucking stupid name.
And you were obviously saying you're going to be incorporating some new elements into your live show. Is there anything else you can tell us about what fans of Gwar could see on upcoming tours with the band and the live setting?
Well, you know, of course, wherever there is Gwar, there will be violence, there will be death, there will be heads getting lopped off, and we'll try, and whenever possible, to appeal to the local population with personalities that they can relate to. I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense for us to go to Europe and execute the president of Bolivia, if you understand where I'm coming from. So we're trying to find some people that mean a little something to the local cultures, get them up on stage, and kick the living shit out of them. Now, as far as what gigantic fucking asshole monster is going to try to be ripping my head off, that pretty much depends on what we attract during the show. All I can guarantee you is it will be the most awesome motherfucking show in rock and roll history.
I'd like to say that I am a massive fan of Holliston. I have to import it over here, but I think it's a fantastic show. I also think that you're fantastic in that show. I'm still to catch season 2, but has that finished filming? Is that wrapped up now?
Yeah, we're done with season 2. In fact, it's already shown over here, and we're waiting to hear about season 3, whether there will be another one. I think season 2, as much as you love the first one, I think you'll be even happier with the second season of Holliston. There is a little bit more odorous time, which can never be a bad thing.
Never a bad
and
thing.
I think you'll enjoy it very much. Everybody out there, keep bothering Fear.net and demand a season 3 of Holliston, the only TV show where Odorous gets to be the imaginary friend of the lead character, which is Odorous on a sitcom. Very odd. I've always said that Gwar should have their own fucking sitcom. We're pretty fucking funny. But, you know, in the meantime, we have Holliston, and so let's get out there and support it.
Yeah, fantastic. If any of our listeners are listening and haven't checked it out yet, it's a fantastic series from film director Adam Green, and it's very, very funny, and it appeals to not only horror fans, but anyone with a sense of humour will love this show. And like Odorous said, anything that stars Odorous is worth checking out. Well, thank you very much for your time. It's been fantastic chatting to you. And is there anything that you would like to tell the UK Gwar fans before we wrap this interview up?
Yes, UK Gwar fans, Gwar is returning at some point. Our new album, Battle Maximus, is out. Go pick it up if you haven't done it already. We certainly haven't forgotten about you guys, so we know you haven't forgotten about us. Your loyal mutant overlords will return to you. Just keep the Gwar spirit alive. Hail Gwar! Hail Flatus! Hail Battle Maximus!
Thank you very much, Odorous Orungus from Gwar. Like Odorous said, you can check out their new album, Battle Maximus. It's out on Metal Blade Records. It was released on the 17th of September. And keep your eyes on rockandreelreviews.com for the review coming soon.